Hi, I'm Santiago and I am gonna talk about the GPS. But well, what is GPS? The Global Position System, GPS, is a satellite-based navigation system made up of at least 24 satellites. GPS work in any weather conditions anywhere in the world, 24 hours a day, with no subscription fees or setup charges. The U.S. Department of Defense originally put the satellites into orbit for military use, but they were made available for civilian use in the 1980s. And how GPS works? GPS satellites circle the Earth twice a day in a precise orbit. Each satellite transmits a unique signal and orbital parameters that allow GPS devices to decode and compute the precise location of the satellite. GPS receivers use this information and trilateration to calculate a user's exact location. Essentially, the GPS receiver measures the distance to each satellite by the amount of time it takes to receive a transmitted signal. With distance measurements from a few more satellites, the receiver can determine a user position and display it electronically to measure your running route, map a golf course, find a way home, or adventure anywhere. Once your position has been determined, the GPS unit can calculate the other information such as speed, bearing track, trip distance, distance to destination, sunrise and sunset, time, and more. But how accurate is GPS? Today's GPS receivers are extremely accurate thanks to their parallel multi-channel design. Our receivers are quick to lock onto satellites when first turned on. They maintain a tracking lock in dense tree cover or in urban settings with tall buildings. Certain atmospheric factors and other error sources can affect the accuracy of GPS receivers. Garmin GPS receivers are typically accurate to within 10 meters. Accuracy is even better underwater. Some Garmin GPS receiver accuracy is improved with WAAS. This capability can improve accuracy to better than 3 meters by providing corrections to the atmosphere. No additional equipment or fees are required to take advantage of WAAS satellites. Users can also get better accuracy with differential GPS, DGPS, which corrects GPS distance to within an average of 1 to 3 meters. There are other similar systems to GPS in the world, which are all classified as the Global Navigation Satellite System (GNSS). GLONASS is a satellite constellation system built by Russia. The European Space Agency is creating Galileo, while China is creating Beidou. The 31 satellites that currently make up the GPS space segment are orbiting the Earth about 12,000 miles above us. These satellites are constantly moving, making two complete orbits in less than 24 hours. They travel at speed of roughly 7,000 miles an hour. Small rocket boosters keep its satellites flying on the correct path. Here are some other interesting facts about the GPS satellites. The official USA Department of Defense name for GPS is Navstar. The first GPS satellite was launched in 1978. A full constellation of 24 satellites was achieved in 1994. Each satellite is built to last about 10 years. Replacements are constantly being built and launched into orbit. A GPS satellite weighs approximately 2,000 pounds and it's about 17 feet across with the solar panels extent. GPS satellites are powered by solar energy, but they have backup batteries on board in case of a solar eclipse. And well, what's the signal? GPS satellites transmit at least two low-power radio signals. The signals travel by line of sight, meaning they will pass through clouds, glass, and plastic, but will not go through most of solid objects, such as buildings and mountains. However, modern receivers are more sensitive and can usually track two houses. A GPS signal contains three different types of information. Pseudo-random code is an ID code that identifies which satellite is transmitting information. You can see which satellites you are getting signals from on your device's satellite page. Ephemeris data is needed to determine a satellite's position and gives important information about the health of a satellite, current date, and time. Almanac data tells the GPS receiver where each GPS satellite should be at any time throughout the day and shows the orbital information for that satellite and every other satellite in the system. Here are my bibliographies. Thank you very much.